Is CM Punk taking over NXT? We'll talk about it. Plus, a WWE Hall of Famer was backstage at NXT last night, and CM Punk is making his WWE InRing return this month. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. Look in my eyes. What do you see? It's CM Punk running NXT.
Very good. Very nice.
Some
indeed.
just write themselves, Jack King.
This comes from a Fightful Select report, Tom Campbell, which has revealed that CM Punk was backstage at last night's NXT. This is following his appearance as well at the Deadline event, where he came out and opened the show alongside Shawn Michaels.
And Shawn Michaels was about to talk again, and they went, "No,
that's enough now. You're not CM Punk." But yeah, he was backstage last night on NXT, and Fightful Select said, "We're told that he's been hanging out throughout the day. He's been giving talent feedback on matches this evening." Last night. Now,
this is part of a wider thing, because Wrestle Purists have been reporting that CM Punk's long-term goal is to succeed Shawn Michaels as the top guy in NXT. Ibu, a Wrestle Purist, says, was told that CM Punk was buzzing last night, didn't sleep, and flew to Orlando. He'll be doing a lot of observing tonight, being last night, seeing how things work over there in terms of TV production. Again, as part of a long-term plan to be the next Shawn Michaels.
This knocked me for six.
I saw your comment in the chat.
Yes, I think it was a sweary one.
It was a swear.
I was baffled. I mean, fair enough if that is the case.
But when he ran a show last time, it went perfectly fine.
Yes.
Don't see what the problem is.
I think it's an interesting one, and I think Sean Ross Sapp made an interesting point on social media as well. I think he tweeted something along the lines of, like, a lot of people are laughing at this story, but let's not forget that when Shawn Michaels was announced as the next head of NXT, people went, Shawn Michaels? So I guess maybe Punk's the only thing I think is that maybe Punk's thinking about his long-term career, his life after wrestling, and if he still wants to be involved, maybe the best way for him to do it would be to help pass on what he's learned, I guess.
And the general, like, the thing we are hearing all the way through all of CM Punk's return is just how, like, ebullient he is to be back, how happy he is to be there. Radiant was a word that was used yesterday, which I've not heard since the Fast Show's Ooh, Suit You, Sir sketches. Radiant, sir. Suit you, sir. Radiant. And so it's all good on that front. And certainly when it comes to NXT, when he was there at Deadline, there was a fun segment that he had with Shawn Michaels. You can tell he's having fun there. There was a lovely bit backstage with Cora Jade, who had a photo with him when she was much younger. That was really nice. I could genuinely see, and we kind of saw it in AEW anyway. There is a passion for CM Punk to take the reins of a wrestling show or promotion or company. Like, he has a passion there. He doesn't want to just come in, do the job, and go home. Just, unfortunately, there was a lot of other factors in place at the last place that led to, some headlines,
absolutely.
shall we say.
But I find it particularly intriguing as well because Shawn Michaels is very much a WWE guy. He is a WWE person. And the Performance Center teaches wrestlers, how to wrestle the WWE style and how to work in an environment and tell stories in a WWE style. And that's what Michaels, in his own kind of bizarro way, has done with the booking of NXT. CM Punk's not going to do that. I don't know how much of a hand he'll have in influencing their in-ring work. That'll probably be down to the trainers still at the Performance Center. But in terms of if he ends up, like, running or booking NXT in the far future, I can't see him being willing to work within those parameters as much as Shawn Michaels has.
Well, if CM Punk, who was notably an arse in formative years, could learn from anybody, it's Shawn Michaels, a guy who was an arse in formative years, who learned how to work within the system.
Yeah.
You know, you think about this, right? The idea of Shawn Michaels in, like, even 2001, 2002, running NXT seemed ridiculous. He was sort of a reformed character in the noughties and stuff, but certainly Shawn Michaels that we talk about on the regular, on the Cultaholic Classic Raw review on the podcast feed, that's not the guy you'd want running a developmental system. But, you know, people change over time, and I think CM Punk has that passion for wrestling that maybe someone like Shawn Michaels could teach him how to play the game.
I didn't necessarily mean it, and I totally agree with what you've said there.
I hear what you're saying.
I didn't necessarily mean it in a bad way. I think it might be a good thing that someone with as varied and outsider perspective as CM Punk could maybe bring positive change or revelations, I guess, to what has previously been criticized as kind of a formulaic or boxed in style of storytelling.
Yeah.
But it's all. I mean, there's so many potential permutations from this news.
I think, I don't know which is more a random story, the idea of CM Punk being backstage at NXT, her potentially running the ship one day, or Dory Funk Jr. being there. That was the story that came from PW Insider. Dory Funk Jr. popped by NXT last night alongside with his wife, Marty, no doubt putting some people in some heel toe holds while he was there.
I'll tell you what, Dory Funk Jr. is not one of those names that we hear often cropping up at wrestling promotions here and there for a flying visit. It was very nice to hear the news of him being backstage.
Yeah, definitely. WWE Hall of Famer, he and his brother Terry, rest his soul, went in at the same time. And you know what? I think that's nice to have someone of that pedigree backstage.
Oh, definitely. It can only help.
It can only help. But hey, let's talk more CM Punk. That's why we're here.
Yeah.
So we know that Punk's...
There was a brief Dory detour.
A very brief Dory detour. The scenic Dory route.
Yes.
But we know that Punk has declared for the Rumble, but we're going to see him back in the ring before the Rumble, Jack.
Yes, his first WWE match in almost a decade has now been confirmed. And this is quite surprising. It's not going to be on TV. Punk will face Dirty Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day on Boxing Day, December 26th in Madison Square Garden. And again on December 30th at the Kia Forum in Los Angeles.
How's this for long-term booking? This was a match that was teased at the start of the year with CM Punk commenting on Rey Mysterio's Instagram saying, I should have beaten your kid up when I had the chance all those years ago.
Yeah.
Because, of course, the Mysterio family got involved in the Straight Edge Society story. There's a great photo of CM Punk pointing at a young, spotty-faced Dominic Mysterio.
Aww.
So we've all been there.
Yeah.
But it was obviously Dom is now a man and a con man at that. So we've got a nice loop around to that one. What a testament for Dominic Mysterio as well. For as long as I've been in this job, I remember we had conversations years ago where we thought they've missed the boat with Dom, or Dom's just not going to click into this the way his dad is. But it took really jumping out of the shadow of what his dad was doing, and he's become a revelation.
Yeah, doing something totally different as well.
Totally different.
It's been fantastic watching him grow. And you know what? You could say that he's definitely in the running for the most improved of the year. Later on this month, maybe we'll talk about him in the Culties, which we're filming today. So look out for that later on in December.
I tell you who I think would vote him most improved would be Chavo Guerrero. Now,
he's not on the Culties.
He's not, but Chavo's not, sadly. But Chavo was on the red carpet for the Iron Claw because he features in the film. He had a few matches. It is part of the production of that film with Zac Efron.
Yes.
And now, I know, right?
I know.
So, apologies. I tried my best to think of what he would be to Dom, because Chavo was Eddie's nephew.
Right.
Second cousin?
Oh, I'm bad at the family tree sort of stuff.
You know what? You relish when we're wrong. Tell us down there what he is.
It's immaterial anyway, because I believe this might be an aspect of the feud that people forget. I think it was later proven that Eddie had faked the DNA tests and that Dom wasn't actually his son.
Oh, don't tell me
Sorry,
that.
I shouldn't. I know it's not. Sorry, I shouldn't have spoiled it for everybody.
I was hoping that somebody was going to in the comments go, "Joke's on you, he's not even related."
Oh, right. Oh,
I was doing a little bit.
Oh, I've been that person.
You were that person. You got caught out from a little bit.
You know when Johnny Saint would roll himself into a little ball and offer his hand, and the confused wrestler would like take his hand and get. That's what you've done to me.
I done it. I bet I did it to you. It's like you've already written a comment going, "I think you'll find." Oh wait, I should have finished the video first, maybe. So Chavo Guerrero has been glowing about Dominic Mysterio. So it's a very nice thing, saying Dominic Mysterio is killing it. He's doing so good. He is far beyond where he should be. It's pretty cool to see them doing all this stuff. Full interview with Chavo on the CVV's podcast. Mark Henry's also been complimentary of him on Busted Open Radio.
Yeah, Mark Henry said, I put Dom in the same category as people like The Rock and The Hearts and people that came from, or that come from pro wrestling. There are things, meaning born into a pro wrestling family. He goes on to say there are things that Dominic does that are just intuitive. You can tell he's just picked it up. It's not trained. I mean, you have a lot of reps, so I guess you can consider it to be trained, but he just does stuff where I'm like, that's a kid out there playing with his toys. He knows what he's doing.
All the love for Dom from across the industry, which you love to see. And we've enjoyed all the love for WWE's Golden Era, which is our December documentary special, parts 1 and part 2 of WWE's Golden Era, now available. Amazing work by our team on that one.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sam Driver, Matthew Stewart, and Justin Henry as well. Those three guys worked so hard on this. Parts 1 and 2 are currently out on the channel.
WWE's Golden Era, part 3 on Sunday, premiering on Sunday. What a time it's been. Honestly, check Join us on Sunday. I think we had 2,500 people watching last Sunday.
Fantastic.
For part 2. Let's double it for part 3.
And that's watching live.
That's watching live.
That's crazy. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. And if you love the documentaries that we do, like WWE's Golden Era, then you can support us at patreon.com/Cultaholic, and we could be doing more. Support us and we do more. And for the latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.